Hi everyone, it's Julia from Julia's Bento. Thank you for stopping by, this is probably my first video of 2016. And thank you so much for those of you who told me that you like my videos or that you missed me. I really appreciate those comments. So why haven't I been recording? Every time I've been, inspired to record or had time to record, my daughter, who also now has her own YouTube channel, has been killing my batteries, which also happened today. And so, I said, what, I'm just gonna use my computer camera and just go for it. So here I am. Anyways, yeah, today's past the midpoint of April. In fact, today is tax day. Yay. I hope those of you who are in the US have already sent your taxes in, or that you are ready and poised to hit send for your taxes, or if not, get your extensions. So anyways, that's my service for today. What am I going to cover today? So I'm sure a lot of you have seen these, but the whole what's in my bag thing, I never heard of these things before until like maybe a few months back when a friend of mine, I was looking into like some purses, yes, and she said, you have to check out these videos, it'll help you decide. And I was like, what? And when I watched them, I'm like, oh, and they're sort of addictive, right? But it's a great idea because then, the things that you're questioning in terms of the usage and stuff like that, many times they're answered, right? And then you get to see what's in their bag. So what's in my bag? So this bag is, I would say more than it being like a sexy handbag or anything like that. This is more of a travel bag, and I'll show you real quick. So this is canvas, and it's made by the Superior Labor, which is in Japan. It's handcrafted. And then you have this little leather pocket here, and these handles, and then of course the strap, the thick strap here, so it's really nice for when you're carrying heavy things. What do I mostly use this for? I use this for like, traveling. That's a big plus. Look at the size, but it's not too big, right? So it's beautiful in that sense. And then I also use it for when I go to cafes. I kind of like to bring everything under the sun that I think I'm going to be using. So like, reading material, planning, am I going to be planning? Am I going to be drawing, writing, whatever it may be? Those are the sort of things that I carry in this guy for my little cafe stops. Again, sometimes I'll also use a leather tote, which I can show you on another day if you want. But I will go over what's done on the inside after I pull the stuff out. So without further ado, what's in my bag? So of course, you have the phone. I gotta show you this real quick. Look how cute that is. She's reaching for the apple. So cute. So there's that. One of the main things I've been getting a lot of questions about lately, I don't know, it's a resurgence or interest from This Is Ground. So thisisground.com you can go to. And this is a mod for an iPad mini. So what's good, what can go in here? Obviously your iPad mini, but the way I'm using it is with a Hobonichi inside, an A5. And if you want to look at the details, so you have this little thing you can kind of carry like this. This is a zipper. So just a caveat, the version that I have is from a little over a year ago. And it was from, here, if you could see real quick, yeah, right there. It's debossed from illustration from Freegum, so this was a special thing, but they have plain, this is mod, mod carriers for iPad, and then the Air, which is obviously larger. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to keep going through this. So the zipper's pretty good. What's inside here? So I'll give you the front part portion of it, and take this out, take these things out for you. These things in the mod you can customize. They have many different kinds. This particular one can fit all of these pens, a little eraser, and then on the other side, which is really nice, is a strap so you could put another notebook inside, a small one. And then you have this pocket. I have some, you know, like stickers inside. And just as a size comparison, you can see my hobo can fit in here. Now, I will say, you know, sometimes I will put it in this flap here, this pocket, back pocket. But there is a, you know, they sewed it here, I'm assuming so that you could put a pen here or something, or your stylus. I think that's what it's for, since this was for the iPad mini. But I have to tell you, when you stick this in there, what happens is it's a little bit snug on the bottom since it's pushed down, you know, snug on the bottom in terms of your zipper. So sometimes I just like to leave it out, or if I do tuck it in, if you lay it flat, it's you can unzip it easy. But if you know, do this and you try to unzip it, then the bottom of the hobo will, you know, kind of catch here, so it'll be harder to unzip. So I will, you know, caveat that in terms of if that's what you were thinking to use this for, which is what I'm using it for the Hobonichi. So how this works is you have these buttons and you stick them in. It's kind of like magnet based, so when you do it, I mean, it's pretty secure to some extent, but you know, if you jostle it around a lot, it will sort of, like the top one will tend to come out easier, especially if you have things like I do, which is heavy pens inside. So just keep that in mind. See, as you can see here, these two tend to stay, it seems, but the top one seems to like undo for me. And I don't know if it's because it's been over a year since I had mine, or just because I have heavier pens on the top. I don't know. But I just thought I'd let you know that's one of the things that I encounter. So one of the main questions I get is it worth it? Is it really worth it to get this? Well, you know, I'll just have to say this. I've done a lot of research on leather because, yes, I love leather. And, you know, I haven't seen anything that has this kind of level of quality. And I just love, like, the browns. I mean, there's black, of course, too. And the ones that they have right now, the mods, are plain, so you won't have this texture on it. But from what I can gather, it's probably even softer leather than this. I'm sure this has to be a little bit thick, you know, stiffer because of the embossing. But you know, I've gotten things like their sample packs, and the leathers are just beautiful. Even though they have variety, the leather's beautiful. I mean, I have a lot of these like little tacos, which is basically you put like earphones in the back, and then you do that. This particular one has a little coin purse in the front too, so it's a little bit thicker. So yeah, I mean, the quality of their stuff is beautiful. They currently have a new backpack, travel backpack leather. It is on the pricier side, but it just looks like really good leather, and I'm considering it. But that's for another day, right? Anyway, to continue on, what's inside my bag. Here's another superior leather. Now this one, I will say the leather was a little bit more rustic and, you know, a bit tougher. But that being said, I've had this for like, I think it's gotta be about half a year now. And now it's just soft. You know, it just, you work it. I mean, you can hear this, right? You can work it and it's very nice. Now this has a little more red in it, you know, because I know you might be thinking about what's the color like. So the mod one is more brown, like warmer, and then, or I should say it's more brown. And then this is also the superior labor, if I didn't say. It's considerably redder, right? So this is a Giarmando, which is kind of like their version of a Midori Traveler's Notebook. And so they're kind of similar, very red. This is the Epoch Gold. That was not in my bag, by the way, just doing it for a color comparison. So anyways, what's in here, this little roll up, you know, my favorite ink brush pens, little pencil here, a pen, and then of course my colorful Muji pens, a little Le Pen, and then yes, this is a water brush, and then of course my highlighters that I love so much from I want to say this right, Propus, right? These are the ones with the window. I love these because you can actually see what you're highlighting and they're light enough. So yeah. That's what was in my little roll-up. Continuing on. I had my good old-fashioned Midori, the original brown one that I had started with, that started the whole leather obsession. And yes, I still use this little owl, you know, what do you call these things? I think this was originally for a necklace. So pendant? Yeah. So that's what I use. Inside of here, it's considerably lighter. I don't do the fourth notebook anymore because I just can't. I love the fatty Midori back in the day, but now I'd like a little bit more streamlined. So what I only have in here is, of course, the zipper bag thingy. This is the Midori, the week's diary with notes. So again, I'm still using this like a smash book. So, you know, any photos I have from the week, I print it out and I put it on the notes side with any other paraphernalia like business cards, things like that that I might get, that I remember to get. So in this notebook, I decided to try the bullet journal. So I'm going to be honest with you. I started this in February and I've been a little bit more off and on with it. Probably mostly because I'm not used to going into that level of detail for like what I do during the day or the week. But yeah, show you real quick. I you know, put some pictures on my blog maybe a month ago or something, or a few months ago. So yeah, oh, yes, you know, for the bullet journaling community, there's some beautiful handwriting that's out there. I, however, do not have great handwriting, so my calendars are printed out and I just stick them in. So that's that. And then, you know, this is your basic there. I mean, there's beautiful, beautiful websites out there that cover the whole bullet journal thing, but it's just where I'm at right now with it. So yeah, that's my bullet journal. And of course in the back, I still have this little notebook, which has, you know, just random sketching that I do. Yeah, so I still love this craft paper. I just tend to sketch anywhere and everywhere. So yeah, that is what's inside my Midori that I carry. This one I carry around with me more often. The other thing that I carried for my outing was the Roterfaden Taschenbegleiter. And so this is an A5. What I changed inside of it was I put a Stalogy notebook inside. I'm sure there's other reviews on this notebook, but you know, the paper is just as lovely. A little bit, I think a little bit thicker than, well, you know what's comparable to? The Midori paper, the sketch paper, I think. The thin one, the original, not sketch, the original paper that's in the Midori notebooks is pretty similar to that, the smoothness and stuff like that. But this particular one has a grid, and I kind of use it more, I've been changing things up and trying to, you know, do some journaling in this fashion just to kind of mix it up and use all the lovely pens that I have. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing in here. So that's that. What else do I have? I have the Leuchtturm A5. This particular one is the one that I was originally going to do my bullet journal in. But for the first time, I wish that I had gotten a grid or lined, because this is actually a plain one. And it's funny because whenever I'm looking for notebooks, I want a plain and they end up having lines or whatever, right? So anyways, what I like about them is that they have this index page in front, and then all the pages are numbered on the bottom. So it's fantabulous, right? For if you're going to do a bullet journal, or if you're going to use it as a commonplace notebook. And a few years back, I'm sure you guys saw my big commonplace notebook that I had. But what's a little bit difficult about that is, you know, you have to spend the extra time to write down all the page numbers and then also, you know, backtrack and index it, right? So that's what I love about this. Fabulous for a commonplace if you're considering it still. For me right now, what am I using it for? It's just like, I guess it pretty much is a commonplace notebook, right? I put anything from things I want to work out in my brain, so like a brain dump book, to when I'm, you know, listening to podcasts or some documentaries, because I love documentaries and taking notes. That's what I do in here. So yeah, I carry around a lot of notebooks. but that's okay because, you know, I'm a stationary addict. Anyways, the other thing I have in here is obviously a book just in case I wanted to read. This one's called The Little Paris, a novel bookshop by Nina George. It's a beautiful little book. I highly recommend it if you want just like a good read, a pretty read. Yeah. Anyways, the final thing that's inside of there is this little wallet. It's from Mulberry. And again, can you tell I like brown leather? Yeah, this is just a small little wallet, right? And I forgot the name of this guy, I'm sorry, but look at how much you can fit in here. It's insane. Like you know all those stupid little point cards you get, or whatever credit things that you have, of course, your credit cards, stuff like that. But there's all of these pockets. I can put all my little point cards in there, and then receipts and money and what have you. This thing is just amazing. It can really pack in a lot, and the leather is super soft. And again, this is a Mulberry. And I'll look up what the name is, and I'll put it either on the link, the information below, or I'll put it on my blog. But anyways, so that's the wallet that I've been using lately. Very light, very compact. So now that nothing is inside, I will show you what's inside of this bag. So you have the option to zipper it up on the top. You see that little zipper, and then you have 2 pockets. Oh, can you see? There you go. There are the 2 pockets that are there. They're good size. You can fit in your iPhone, no problem. Yet it's not too deep so that you can actually find your stuff, and obviously you can put your tickets there. Yeah, so this is the bag that, again, I will show you, that I showed you, that housed all of this stuff, and probably could house quite a bit more. So here's that. The roll, the wallet, and of course the phone. Oh, and the book. Can't forget the book. But that bag definitely can carry a lot more as well. So thanks for stopping by and listening to me prattle, whatever you want to call it, on about my stuff in my bag. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.